As some of you might know, we're in favor of the vaccine for coronavirus. However, a Chicago judge handed down a ruling that revoked an unvaccinated mother's custody of her 11-year-old boy because she was unvaccinated. That was a terrible ruling, and in fact, he later reversed the ruling without explaining why. I'm guessing because there was quite a bit of backlash. Now, Cook County Judge James Shapiro asked 39-year-old mother Rebecca Firlit during an online hearing on August 10th if she was vaccinated. When she said no, the judge withdrew her rights to see the boy until she gets vaccinated. So Ferlit and her former husband have been divorced for 7 years. So the ex-husband didn't address the lack of vaccination as a problem during this hearing. In fact, the hearing was supposed to be about her ex-husband paying child support. But since the ex-husband was vaccinated, the judge essentially said that he would have full custody until the mother got vaccinated. She said, quote, "I was confused because it was just supposed to be about expenses and child support. I asked him what it had to do with the hearing, and he said, quote, I'm the judge and I make the decision for your case," end quote. Ferlit told Sun-Times that she talks to her son every day over the phone, and he allegedly was heartbroken over the initial ruling, which has been vacated. She said that he cries, he misses me, I send him care packages. Now, the father's attorney said that he supported the judge's decision. Of course, God, divorces sound awful, but the end of this story is a good one because apparently there was enough backlash that the judge decided to reverse his decision. Judge James Shapiro's one-paragraph order in the case of Rebecca Firlit gives no reason for his change of heart, stating simply that this court hereby vacates paragraph 3 of its August 11th, 2021 order based on the absence of a pleading or hearing on serious engagement pursuant to Illinois law. But look, the reason why I'm bringing up this case to begin with is these kinds of rulings don't help. Like, we want people to get vaccinated, but we also want to push back against the notion that vaccine mandates are authoritarian. But when you have rulings like this, I think it provides an argument for people who want to make the case that vaccines and the way they're being rolled out happen to be authoritarian.
Yeah, so we got a poll on this because this is another one where I'm super curious what you guys think. Should a judge strip unvaccinated parents of the right to see their kids? Now there is some health risk there for sure, and you guys often vote against us. So yesterday we did a poll on destination wedding in Jamaica, and we were both strongly in one position, and a third of you were like, yeah, not buying it. We're going the opposite way. And so if it was a real health danger, I'd be concerned too. Let me give you some context. So far, 350 kids have died from coronavirus. Now, if you just look at that number, that looks like, oh, well, that's a real number, right? On the other hand, there's 74 million kids in the country, so it's a tiny, tiny percentage. On the other hand, it's not impossible because it's happened 350 times. And so I get the concerns. But in this case, especially, we'll take her word for it for now, right? She says, no, her doctor told her not to get vaccinated because of complications.
Right.
If that's true, oh my God, right away, give her the kid back, right away. There's nothing she can do about it, right? But even if it's not true, I still say give her the kid back. Because guys, we can't do this. Parental rights are really important. And I know we vehemently disagree. No, anybody who watches TYT knows we vehemently disagree with not getting vaccinated. But look, I got a friend who was against it. He's been vaccinated now, but he was very worried about it. He didn't want to do it. Would I take his kid away? No, I wouldn't take his kid away.
Yeah, because you're not just punishing the parent who refuses to get vaccinated. You're punishing the child by taking him or her away from the parent, right? And look, the whole point of getting vaccinated is, when you look at the numbers, as Cenk mentioned, it's far more likely to impact older people. So she's actually putting herself at risk in not getting vaccinated. And that's if, by the way, she's healthy and the vaccine isn't a problem for her. There are some cases where people are advised against the vaccine because of maybe some adverse effects. That's what she's alleging. That's what she claims her doctor told her to do to avoid getting vaccinated. But nonetheless, look, the reason why we believe in mask mandates in school is because kids will get COVID at school and then bring it home. And if there are unvaccinated adults at home, that poses a massive risk. I don't believe that this woman, the mother in this case, is posing an imminent threat to the child. I think it's actually causing more damage to the child to take him away from his mother. So I'm glad that the judge vacated this initial decision. And I don't think it makes sense to pass down these types of rulings, because again, I don't want to give the naysayers and the people who wrongly believe that the vaccine mandates are authoritarian any type of argument to bolster what they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's two parts to that, right?
Yeah.
One is that you're bolstering their argument for no reason about freedom and tyranny of the government, et cetera, but also because it's wrong.
Right.
And we're not playing fair on TV. We're actually fair. We don't think it's right, and that you shouldn't take the kid away. And by the way, it's all on context. And if the numbers were reversed and kids got sick at the rate that senior citizens did, and senior citizens were safe, then I would reverse my position, because that would mean the kid was in real danger. So if that same person said, hey, I wanna go visit my parents in the nursing home, and we don't yet have some of the folks in the nursing home are not vaccinated, and I'm not vaccinated, and I'm not gonna wear a mask, or some of the people in the nursing home are vaccinated but are at risk. Well, I'm not vaccinated, I don't care. No, I'd bar her from the nursing home. I wouldn't even, no problem at all. I'd bar her in a second, right? Because I'm not gonna put those people's lives in danger, and that would be real danger. Whereas with kids, look, the numbers are tricky, guys. Right now, 19% of the people, 90% of the cases are kids, and it's gone up from 13 to 19, and so that seems like a big number, 1 out of 5 cases, when we thought it largely doesn't affect kids. We know that they get it, but they don't get hospitalized that often. But it's also a little deceptive, because so many people got vaccinated, that's why a higher percentage of the unvaccinated are kids now. So with all of that in mind, give her the kid back, in my opinion. But it depends on the situation, and if she was doing it to senior citizens, I would think completely differently. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.